Now, coaching is a wonderful tool. You remember, it creates a lot of engagement and it enables learning. And whenever you need people to be really motivated because it's hard to do it, or you really need them to learn, you should coach. Sometimes you shouldn't coach, you should use other tools instead. And remember, if you want to coach someone, they have to own the problem themselves. They have to feel that there is a challenge for them, and they need to be competent enough so that you think they can find a rather good solution. Maybe not the perfect one, mind you. If you really need the perfect solution, and sometimes you actually do. Actually, there is only one solution to a specific challenge in certain companies. And if that is the case, then you should tell them what to do, not coach. Because when you coach, you have to allow for some variation in the solutions. And not all of them will be optimal the first time. So say you start coaching someone and you ask a lot of questions and you're listening on level 2 and 3, and you explore the goal and the reality, and you come to the options. Now, say there is a framework for actions in your company. It's like this. It's defined by the values, the way we do things in this company, and the strategy. This is what we're going to achieve. And of course, all the solutions to problems have to be within the values and within the strategy that has been decided. If it goes outside those frames, you have to stop them and say that, oops, now these options are actually not outside the area of possibility that we have. So you have to come back into the frames and go on from there. As a professional coach, I wouldn't do that because it's not my responsibility. But when you are a leader, it is actually yours in the end if something goes wrong. It's on your shoulders. But remember, I told you, you should only coach when you trust someone to find a pretty good solution. And then they finally will, within these frameworks. You have talked about the options and you push them towards the way forward. What will you do now? What will you do on Monday? What will it look like when you have achieved it? How do you know you're moving in the right direction? All those questions. And maybe you want to correct the solution because you see an even better solution. Don't do that, because then you have failed in your coaching effort. Because then again, it's not their solution, it's yours. And the responsibility is really fully on your shoulders, and the motivation is maybe gone from the employee. So this bearing out with non-optimal solution is very important, and it's very hard for a lot of leaders to take that. There are so many perfectionistic leaders that really want it their way, and very often when they coach, they try to, through questions, moving people towards the solution which they like. But that's not coaching, that is manipulating. So don't do that. Bear out with variations in solutions and accept non-optimal solutions for the sake of learning and motivation. Next time, they might find a solution which is much better than the one you thought about, and then you have reached your goal with the coaching, namely that they have learned and developed to maybe outperform you, and that's a great thing. And they will be really motivated and keen to be successful in the way they do it. And then coaching is a fantastic tool. Remember, I told you in the beginning, it's like playing a new instrument. Doesn't sound nice in the beginning. You have to practice. You have to practice listening. You have to practice asking open questions and following the structure of the GROW model. It will feel awful in the beginning, but as you move on and pass the first kind of competence steps, you will develop maybe into a master of coaching. Good luck with that.